Hey, what's going on? It's Fizz here. It's been a little bit, as in a couple days, since I released a video. I've been doing some things. That being said, today's video is gonna be 2020. Now, primarily, I'm a young spirit. Really, just a brand new spirit. And of course, a lot of people have talking about 2020. Also, many people make predictions about 2020. That I won't do, because then again, it's just a prediction. What I'm coming to forth with this video is to tell you what you should do in 2020 rather than make a prediction. Hoping for the future, planning for it, as in predictions, can be beneficial. Who's to say it isn't? Now, when we look at 2020, and obviously this is maybe the second or the first, I do feel a difference. The shift in the skies, the geometry, whatever that may be. When we look at 2020 though, what really needs to be set forth is yourself. And what I'm going to talk about is intent. Because even though I talk about different subjects in my videos, and I've made a lot, but I'm going to make more, they're all inherently the same thing. Different ways of saying it. Maybe something clicked with somebody else, that something didn't resonate with somebody, or maybe it was profound, new and profound. When you make an intent for yourself, basically you're redesigning yourself, reinventing yourself, new stages of life. And we can correlate that with the stars or 2020. You know, even just saying the mere fact that you're going to change could ultimately be, you know, the pinpoint, the start, the snowball effect, where it leads into bigger things. Other people aren't going to want what you want. So you got to seek the truth, because what the truth is to someone else is not necessarily the truth that's yours or to you. And that's fine. You should love yourself and do the best for yourself. Don't get caught up in what other people have to say. Question everything. Be skeptical of everything. This is how you find yourself, aka the truth. Everyone ultimately, seemingly unknowingly, seems to search for the truth. Your intentions you set for yourself. And what I mean by when I say this is you are your first priority. Don't worry about helping other people in setting other people ahead of you if you're not in great condition. If you're not in the health that you need to be in, the state of being you want to be in. And we can go easily and say, why is this? Because if you look at anybody who's great or great leaders, maybe you somebody you want to be, role models, they're most likely on top of their game. Doesn't mean they're perfect, though. When you see shots and edited videos, it's gonna look like they're perfect because that's what they want you to see, whatever it is. Now, we're not aiming for perfect. What I was stating is nothing close to perfect, because ultimately that is what you always aim for. When you see great people or people you like, maybe idolize, role models, leaders, whomever it is or whatever it is, even God or gods, no God, atheist, if that didn't come out right. These people who look glamorous, maybe celebrities, models, it's not all cracked up as it is to be. A lot of it is hype. At the same time, this is, what you want to be in, that state of flow and rhythm. A lot of people fundamentally don't got that. As you see 2020, the day, the year, the cycles, weather patterns, climate, catastrophic events, tsunamis, I already said weather, but wind, tornadoes, earthquakes, maybe financial crises, developments, so many things. With the environment, everything changes and there is a rhythm to it. And what you need to do is get into the rhythm of life. You want to fill yourself. You want to fill yourself with intent. Basically putting yourself in the direction the best you can. And the best is not something that's real. It's something you've made up. And that's fine. Your best has nothing to do with what you did yesterday. And a great thing to look at it as, you're going to keep progressing and moving towards it. Whatever that is for you, whatever your intent is. But you have to make it consciously, because you got to understand your thought, you do generate a thought, and it comes from your thoughts out there too, though. Which might sound abstract to you, but my thoughts are also out there. Not only is my voice, making a sound, reverberating, it's more to it. You are one with the environment. People grow and adapt to their environment. What's that mean? Well, it's cold out, so my body is adapting to the environment, whether it's mentality, eating more food, clothing, maybe not going outside as much, maybe waking up earlier. A bunch of survival things that people don't even know or grasp, whether you can say connected to nature or not. That's not what we're describing in this video, and I'm not going to make it too long. And these are the same rhythms of life. Everything changes. You want to set the best intentions for yourself. This is how you prep yourself to do whatever you want. Practice and repetition. Whatever it is that you want. And that is the mere message of the video. So that's what you need to take away, is the intent. Forget about the predictions. What people are trying to tell you. Don't believe what anyone has to say. Go find out for yourself. And you know, there is a bunch of people in this world, and they may not all be here for you. They might not care about you, unfortunately. They might not see you physically. They might not be there for you. And this can be a parent, it could be the population in general, whoever. Let's not look at that. You got to be your own mascot at the end of the day. You got to try things for yourself. You got to see how they work for you, not for someone else. That's fine to analyze, experiment, and collect data from other things and experiences, but from other people. But what ultimately is, you need to see what works for you. There's just so many things I could talk about and examples of things you could manifest. But as long as you start, you could redesign and reinvent, like I said a little bit earlier in the video, a whole new lifestyle that you could, you could be at a chef working at a restaurant doing maybe whatever, 4 to 12 every day, maybe even overtime, maybe a little earlier on the shift, working throughout the whole week, 5 days a week, 40 plus hours. We're hitting overtime, getting somewhat money, and you could be living in a city. Maybe it is a mediocre restaurant, or maybe even a famous restaurant. Next day, you could be traveling to freaking, Egypt or Tibet, and you could be becoming a monk. Does it happen like that? Maybe not with everyone. Are some people afraid to find it? Maybe. It's all about the intent. That person's life that was working at the restaurant could drastically change. There's so many things in life. Of course, most people are destined for things and are doing things that they want to do habitually, because we break in the cycles. And again, this is the rhythms we were getting into, the flow. We are in cycles of life, which ultimately leads your life. Though it may be a cycle, or you can break the cycle as long as you're conscious of it. What matters most is if you're conscious of it, but not treating it as the same. What does this mean? So if you do go to play the guitar every day, and it's good to practice and repeat things, but you don't want to do it. You want to look at it as new, which can be hard to get it prospectively or mentally, logically. Life is grand, and you always want to be open to everything. Don't let your thoughts control you, and you control your thoughts. So that's all I'm going to say for this video. Stay tuned for more. Thanks for tuning in. And as I sign off, this is Fizz. But make sure you live your best life, because no one knows what that is, and no one's telling you it, and no one's there for you. You are everything. You are everything. The propaganda, your education, from you when you're a kid, your baby, your old friends, your childhood ones, whatever, your experiences, all your thoughts, traumatic events. 2020 is a new time, but every day is a new day, and so is every minute. Take control, because when I say this message, I merely mean it. I wouldn't just come out and make a video. My videos necessarily ain't for entertainment purposes, though you could watch them for it. They're probably meant for a few that are going to take something for it. Whether 1 million people watch it, only a few will grasp it. And that's not just with me, that's with everybody and everybody's teachings and things. Not to say it's always that statistically. Once you take control of your life, you can manifest whatever it is. And this is wealth, but your health. No one can control you. Just get in the grasp of your control. Because once you're in your control, then we can make a difference.